you're right. Ah, very tasty in the morning. V8. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is just a little bit after 3 a.m. I woke up at 1:45. Since I started the reclamation process, the reclamation project, lots of time has passed. A whole weekend, in fact. Yeah, you're right. So, lots of things have changed since then. There's 8 pumpkins on the counter because it's like farewell to pumpkin season. Well, it's not quite the end of pumpkin season, but as far as stores are concerned, right after Halloween, they dump them, right? So they went on sale, 99 cents. I already had 2 in here sitting on the counter, and I bought 6 for a little over $6, right? $6. Yeah, we got 8. So why has so much time passed? Well, right after I started that process, I came back because I couldn't bring fishing stuff because I had to haul the pallet down there. Yeah, I came back. It was not a great time to just head right back and start fishing. It was like the middle of the day, so I took a little nap, like 2 hours. Got up, and there were buckets falling out of the sky. They weren't forecast to fall out of the sky, but it was chucking it down, and it kept chucking it down. And then I went through Shabbat. I observed Shabbat. It was chucking it down through that too. And then Sunday, I get up at again about 1:45 in the morning, and I'm doing things I like to do before the sun comes up. Some laundry, getting ready to take a bath because I was stinking, I was dirty, I need to start the week clean. I wanted to do some other things too, and then poof, a transformer blows up, and we were without power in this town till about 6:30 a.m. So I met up with a subscriber. He brought me some things that he wanted to give me. Reel-to-reels, tape machines. Yeah, you're right. Thank you so much, Scott. I may show them to you, I may not. I don't know. Anyway, I got put behind. And then it started chucking it down, and it got windy. I thought, well, I got to catch up. I can't do the morning bite because I sat here cooking and stinking more. And the power came back on. So I just continued with the process of, washing all my stuff and drying all my stuff, washing my butt and drying my butt. And I thought, oh, well, I will get out there on the afternoon bite. But like I said, it started chucking it down. Rain and wind. We may be faced with that today. This is Monday. Truly, yesterday was the beginning of the week. A lot of people don't consider it that because they consider it the end of the weekend, not the beginning of the week. So for yous who consider Monday the beginning, here we are, beginning on Monday. But you're probably seeing this on Tuesday. So what difference does it make? It makes no difference. Anyway, we might be faced with even worse things later this week than we are today. We may have a hurricane or a tropical storm or some sort of tropical weather hitting us. It looks very likely by the end of this week. So, considering the fact that I just built a casting platform, anyway, right there by a pumping station, and it's been raining. Is it still there? Is it super choked now? Did I do it for nothing? I think we have a good opportunity, a good chance to go see and fish this morning without rain and wind. But it's still too early because, yeah, we're in the fall season, and it's going to be till about almost the back end of 6 a.m. before the sun is up. So we're probably going to have to kill some time. Got a bunch of pumpkins. Got dogs. Got cats. We can give time to anything. So those were the tape machines. I want to target Sakale, but I don't expect much in the way of Sakale. I expect dirty water. So I think we need to grab one of these. I got a dock shooter here somewhere sewed in there, and it's got a little crankbait on it. We need to change it. So yeah, I'm just basically gonna get ready slowly. I found the dock shooter. Yesterday I walked to Beijing after I did all the stuff I wanted to do, including vacuuming and cleaning some other things. But you'll see soon that I didn't clean everything. Don't miss out on your chances to win big. It's got some lucky numbers. You will be lucky in your travels. Wow, it's like double fortune here. But this one here, maybe not so much, but wise words. Foot, a device for finding furniture in the dark. So got something better over here. Learn Chinese. Mango. Mango. It's about the same. Yeah, you're right. So let's go switch around that dock shooter. So I walked to Beijing yesterday because I had a craving for goza. I was watching something. I was watching Nomad Push, actually. That's the channel. And at some point, he was in a restaurant and they had this on tap. And I thought, wow, that sounds good. And then all of a sudden, he's walking up to a goza shop. Dumplings, right? And I was like, that sounds good. I fought it for an hour. And then I found myself picking up some V8. I needed toilet paper anyway. And I looked around and there was no goza. There was no dumplings in the freezer section of the store. But they had them over at the sushi section. Who knows how long they'd been there. And there were 5 of them for $5. And I thought, I'm just going to have to walk to Beijing. So I walked over to Beijing. And I ordered some dumplings. If you say goza when you walk to Beijing, they won't really know what you're talking about. But if they do, it might not go well. So look, these are crappie bites on here. Oh, I don't have anything to cut line with. Now I do. So I'm going to bring Sakale stuff, obviously. I'm also going to bring bass stuff, just my Texas rig stuff. But I don't expect too much productivity from bass where I'm going, because the water is going to be so dirty. Because they're probably going to be pumping intermittently. So we're probably going to be fishing worm, but definitely will fish crappie baits. And this is my crappie panfish box. We don't need to shut it. We need the split shot out, size 3. They're the winged ones. They have wings on them. You'll see what I mean. You probably already know. And we're looking for this, size 6, Aberdeen. I'm going to use this split shot to shot a float, and from experience I'll know that I just need one, exactly one. So I'm going to go ahead, get my stuff together. I got my hook, I got my shot. I'm going to get my box shut up and packed back into my pack. Got some tag in, put that to the side, throw it away in a second. Yeah, you're right. We're about ready to go. We just need to wait for some light to show. This is like the one thing I didn't clean. Very dirty surface, this tackle table. And then over here, complete mess. One side clear, one side throw it there. I've got the hook on the end, and at the moment we're just a few inches up with the lead. We're going to use the pliers to close it better than, I don't like to use my teeth anymore. And if you look right here, this is the type with wings, or whatever you want to call those. They look like wings to me. See? Makes it super easy for you to take this off. You just close these, or put some pressure on them, and it'll open it up off the line. But hopefully we don't have this too tight, because we want to be able to slide it without damaging the line. And yeah, so don't go all super crazy, super tight with your pliers. Just enough to where you're not going to lose the lead, because if you just close it with your fingers, you're probably going to lose it. If you close it with your teeth, you might lose your teeth. So the reason for putting lead on is because this is not a shotted float. There's no weight on it, right? If you don't do this, there's not enough weight here to pull it down to where it stands straight up in the water like this. Now, you could use as much lead as you want, and you can use too much lead. It'll pull it all the way down. But one lead sets the water level to about right here. Two lead, it would be right there. It would make it even more sensitive, right? So we just need one for it to work. And then we're going to clip it on. Oh, we didn't do it right. It's because I can't see. There we go. So sometimes when you put these on, it'll be loose. Just push the spring towards the end a little bit, and that'll tighten it up. For the moment, we're just going to go with just not a lot of depth underneath the cork, just for the sake of riding to the spot. Checking the weather one last time, and it's not the backyard of 6. Sunrise is at 6:16 a.m. Right now we got 8 miles per hour supposedly. Let's do the hourly and then consider what we're doing. It is 3:38. I would love to just go. Let's see, what is our hourly? Looks like we should go as soon as we can, because the wind speed's going to come up by 9 a.m. to 15 miles per hour. Precipitation up and down, but really not that big of a deal. 15% right now, and by the time we get to 9 a.m. it's going to dip way low and then come way up. At 9 a.m. it's 17%, and as we go through the day we got some blips, some higher percentages, but I don't really freak out about percentages that are ramping up and down below 50% here. At times, thinking like that can put you astray, put you in a corner, paint you in a corner, because you'll be thinking that it's not really going to rain because it's not over 50%, and then you get buckets tossed down on the hour that said 38%. But yeah, I think we need to get as soon as possible. We might show up in the dark. I wanted to show up with some light so we could see if my reclamation process is working out. Is the pallet still there? Is it all choked again? Because it'll come and go as they pump. That choke will just come and go. Maybe we should go. We got lights. Sarah Bridgewater. That's who I'm watching here. She's live. She's cycling across Japan. It's nighttime there. As you know, it's about morning here, right? So it just got dark there. She stopped for dinner. I think she's having some curry or something. Let's and I just want to go. I could have another cup of coffee. I could drink more tomato soup in the bottle. I don't know. I'll just go. What do you think, my little friend? Should I just go? I think we should bring our other little friend, the machete. A power station. Oh, we need a ring light. I might just be reclamation fishing in this video. It's more like the day in the life of a fishing YouTuber. But yeah, I think reclamation is a great theme in general in life. I'm reclaiming pumpkins as food here. I'm reclaiming a fishing spot, maybe, maybe not. I am reclaiming a bottle. It's getting cooler, right? I don't need to bring so much water with me, and I don't like plastic particles packing up in my balls. So it is good to, if you reuse bottles, it is good to not reuse them so much. Eventually you need to get a new one, and we got a new one now, smaller than the one I was using before. But I don't want my water to taste too much like tomato soup. Yeah, it's not really tomato soup, but you get it. Ugh. Just got out the house, fell down the steps with the 79-pound e-bike. I'm bleeding. Hold on. I'm trailing blood. I'm trailing blood, little one. Let's get some lights on. Get that fixed. The room you never see. So, as the rules go on YouTube, fish blood, fine. My blood, not fine, right? So, it's not bad. I just wrecked up my shin a bit. Woo! Am I going to get out of this house? Luckily, I was able to stop the bleeding. Not that big of a deal. Don't need a plaster now. Hopefully that's the worst thing that happens in this video. These days, this feels like the epicenter, the heart of Belle Chasse. This intersection right here in front of Bromart and Town View Cafe. I like the schedule that I'm on right now, waking up around anywhere between 1 and 2 a.m. in the morning, because that's about when the roar of this traffic starts. It is just now after 4 a.m. This has been going the whole time since we started filming in the house, and just getting louder and louder. Let's go away from it now. You know, for such a little nick on my shin, because that's all it was, there was a lot of blood. But it's all good now. I'm not hurting. I'm ready to go. Let's go see what there is to be found. We're coming down to the dead end of this road, and here in front of us is the last oasis of bright light, lit up like an airport. So this is a new bridge right here going onto the base. They're still working on it. It'll be in use eventually, but it's not in use at the moment. But we're not fishing here. We fishing down here at the dead end where there's like no light. You gotta bring it. You gotta bring the light. Bring the light, my friends. Oh yeah, and I did in fact bring the light. I brought a lot of light. We're gonna use this one and the one on the head. To start, we go low, and then we go high. That's the reason for reclamation. So, are you ready for the big reveal? Can we fish here? Did it get super choked in the time it took for me to come back? Let me get down and find out. Ooh. Ooh, I'm not hurting myself again this morning. Ooh, ooh, look at that. Look at that, the pallet is still there and it's not re-choked. That is awesome. Look, we're flanked from side to side by that cut grass, and that bit of cut grass that I put the pallet on is still, well, let's step out on it and see if it's still stable, still holding it.
See, when I come out to the end, I'm over the water and it sinks just a little bit, but it's good. Look, and right directly in front of me, you can't see quite so good, but maybe faintly you can see. We're running alongside the bridge, and out in front is structure that is just in front of the bridge, pylons that are going at an angle like this. Great places for the sac-a-lait, for the crappie to hold, and other fish, because in front of this bridge we have a decent generous depth, about 10 feet or better, somewhere in that range, right? And right here in front of us, it's not quite 10 feet, but it is not super shallow. Maybe it's about like 6 or better right here. And as we go out just a little further to that first pylon at an angle going like that, that's where that 10 foot is. All right, we can do this. I am happy. Reclamation fishing begins now. Hopefully all the spooky, creepy people that come down here to this dead-end road got the message that spooky season is done. Lots of people think that we have already come to the end and past it of spooky season, right? Yeah, well, I don't think there's a beginning or an end of spooky season. I think things are always, you know, they can always be spooky. Hopefully we don't get any visitors, but typically the people that come down to this end, to the dead end, to do whatever besides fishing, they don't get out of their car usually, and it's not too much to worry about usually. Awful lot of mosquitoes down here at the end of the road. We don't have too much long, maybe 2 hours or so before the light comes up. I think I might keep lights low to not attract too many mosquitoes. I don't have a problem attracting spaghetti. Depends on what kind, I suppose. Locked up. Well, that's much better. So of course we're going to start out looking for crappie, looking for sac-a-lait. If they're here, this is a good time for them to be active. Right now we are pretty deep underneath a snap-on cork, over 3 feet, which might be good, but we might want to just bounce the jig. Currently we have on a 1/16 ounce jig head with a Bobby Garland shad, avocado chartreuse. I just heard something plop in the water a second ago. I don't know what that was. We'll put on a crappie bite. Wind is picking up. It's not too bad. It's actually making it a little nice, pushing the mosquitoes away from me. I have the light bright, right, but it's a good ways away from me, so I'm not going to be in the epicenter of the mosquito magnet. We'll just tap the camera with the butt of the rod to annoy everyone who's still watching. There we go. So we should be suspended over where they're holding, but we might want to go even deeper. We want to be careful fishing this spot because it can be snaggy. We don't want to run this too close to the structure because, you know, it's going at an angle, and the further that way, the more stuff is stuck on that. So there's more structure down there, wood and other things. Perfect place for them to hold. They like to hold the structure like that. Good depth for them. They may not be here. They may have left already. People have been coming here since I was last here over the weekend, trying to fish in between the rain and the pumping, and there just aren't any really good reports. My friend Kieran caught a couple, but I think it's dropped back since then for this spot anyway. But of course, there was a lot of pumping over the weekend. When they're pumping and the water's moving on this bayou, things aren't always that great, fishing wise. Took a quick jaunt up to the top to check on the bike. I also took this off. Bouncing the jig may very well find a fish, Might not happen right now, may be a while, may very well find a snag as well, but we just have to find out. I have fished here before, and I know not to run this too close along where the pylons that are coming out of the water at an angle are at the water surface, right? You want to run out in front of them a distance and just let it go to the bottom and bounce it. You may come through there freely, you may not. You may hook up with the fish, you may not. I think these sakale that we were catching here at this spot got pocketed in this spot. When the water temps were down, they started exploring the bayou away from where they normally hang out during hotter water temps, and they came down here to this nice depth, and the water temp came up all of a sudden, so they decided to stay here because it was still good. And this has probably creeped up water temperature wise since then, making them filter out. I could be wrong, I would love to be wrong, and there's still some here, but the catches have just fallen back. There's not reports of people doing really good since the last time I was getting slabs out of here last week. I mean, it just slowly dropped back since then. And we've had rain and pumping, and so these water temps have changed. But as the way things go, water temps will change again. It's been warm and it is fall. It will get cold again. I think we will get another wave of crappie coming through here before it really feels like winter. Maybe I should have stayed at the house a bit longer, but very hard to do when you just want to get out and fish. We'll do a little bit of worm under the cork, see what we get, see if anything. Just a little bit of worm, but we want some hanging off a bit like that. Increase my depth to about a little over 2.5 feet, about something like that. I'm gonna just put it right out in front of me. And there we go. The cork is standing straight up. Oh, usual suspect. Little cichlid. Took some depth out. We're gonna just right here in front of the platform. We're getting a bite already. Nope. Something nibbling us. In the UK, this would be called a peg. Decided not to call it that over and over because you wouldn't know what I was talking about. But it's important, if you don't reclaim your spots or anything that you used to have that you stopped dealing with or stopped looking at or stopped doing, or people you knew, whatever, you know what I mean. You'll lose it if you don't reclaim it. Reclamation. Oh, cichlid. Cichlid again. Cichlishon. Cichlishon. Cichlishon? Yeah, you're right. Reclamation fishing not going so good right now. But that's fine. I will be back to this spot. It will be good at some point, once again, and it will suck at some point, once again. Oh, who trucking my cork? Who trucking my cork? Oh, Mr. Cyclisson, Cyclisson. Oh no, Cyclisson. Maybe not too bad, Cyclisson. Oh yeah, not too bad. Woo, Cyclisson. Where you go? Wondering about that wind on the weather. It said it was going to be bad by 9 o'clock. But the way it's been behaving since I've been here, and by the way, it is after 5 a.m. The way it's been behaving, I'm thinking we're going to be in some hurly-burly wind before then. What are you doing? Hey, 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 hey. You shouldn't build right here. I'm working. You're building, you got a permit for that? Stay right there, stay on that grass. We're gonna have to cut this line. You put it right across my property here. Stay over there, Mr. Spider. I'm gonna try a different spot because I would like to catch other things rather than just Rio Grande cichlids. But as soon as we start getting into pre-dawn, I think we will go back to looking for sac-a-lait. We may do it sooner. I don't know. Who knows what I may do. I'm gonna drink some water. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Hoo 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 about a boo boo. It ain't a boo boo, but you swallowed that. It's not cichlid song. Right there a song. You can tell I've been binge watching Nomad Push. Oh, there's something in it. There's something moving under me. What is that? What is that? Oh, 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 it's a snake. Look at this. The snake got a fish right there. You see that? Whoa! Ah. Woo, he grabbed a fish. Is that one of them cichlids? That cichlid I dropped? It's not a big snake. Ain't nothing to worry about. Look at him. He's gonna fill his belly. I mean, that fish is big for him. Look at that. See? Oh, that's a small fish. Maybe he didn't even get the one I dropped. He got one though. He's somewhere down in there. You can see his belly a little bit. Oh, it is a cichlid. There's that cichlid right there. Cichlid's trying to get away. Snake's going for him. Woo! Sometimes, oh, there's the head of the snake. You didn't get your cichlid. Sometimes snakes will amaze you. They will eat things much bigger, things that appear much bigger than them. The cichlid and the snake saga is continuing. I thought it was over because I thought the cichlid got away, but the cichlid's right there struggling, and the snake is, I would like to think that the snake is struggling itself, struggling to get a hold of that fish. Cichlids are invasive species, right? For this area anyway. Not so much for North America, but for this particular area. So I'm not going to intervene. It's kind of my fault the fish is there because I dropped them. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at this. Did you see that? That snake is trying to open its mouth. You're never going to get that fish down your throat. You're going to kill yourself trying. That snake gave up. How do I know? I just saw him shoot away from here really fast too. If you're ever concerned about people overrunning your fishing spot, a good way to keep a great many away from it is to show the real life struggle between a snake and a fish right below your feet. Trust me, that works. There's a lot of people that just say, come down here now. Most of them never, you don't even have to show that. Whoa, what was that? I think that was a big cichlid. Not 100%, but let's see if he's still there. Cichlids sometimes don't run off when you miss them. Sometimes. Pre-dawn is turning on. It's getting lighter and lighter out here. Thankfully, the mosquitoes were never like super bad eating me alive, right? We'll go ahead and I think I messed up my depth when I struck at that fish a little bit. Whoa. Here we go. Depth reset. I'm getting itchy here. I'm itching to fish for something else. Itching to get back to bouncing the jig or maybe under a cork. Probably going to be bouncing it. But like I said a long time ago, I have a feeling that the crappie might not be here anymore. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that cork and start bouncing this. I wanted to finish by saying until we lose it. We may lose it. Let's go ahead and put another crappie bite on there. I mean, it may seem like I enjoy foreshadowing, but in fact I do not. I expect at some point, oh, that little snake is still in the area. He's coming back. Like, maybe I'll try for that fish again. You're just way too small for that cichlid. You need to be swallowing minnows, not cichlids of that size. Ah, there was a bite on the jig. Ooh, hello. Look at that. I pulled a goggle eye out of that stuff. Yeah, finally, something on the jig. I was getting a couple bites over there, but with areas like this, when you're bouncing the jig, sometimes you get full. You hit structure and you think it's a bite. You get a bite and you think you hit structure. Ooh, we're getting a bite right here too. We are saving some things off this session for catfish, because I know people want me to get back to that. Is this a fish? Is you a fish? Is you a fish? Is you a fish? Oh, little fish. Little fish. Little fish. Going to keep the worm float out and up for now. Stuff is starting to turn on. We'll just focus on the jig. The wind is also picking up, which is currently not in my favor, because I just have to be aware of it. If I become unaware and I do a cast at the wrong moment, it could put my line into stuff and I end up uselessly snagging, you know. I'd rather snag with my bait down there where the fish are than throw it right into some garbage, right? Good thing is the wind's not constant. It's just coming through here every now and then, gusting. What is this? This is garbage. Oh, it's a bag or something? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we may be, oh, we may not be. But we may be. Is it still there? Oh, we may be reshaping this hook for sure. We are indeed, because that ain't going to work like that. So there are many things in life that we lose or were lost and we only heard of, right? And they're worth reclaiming. Reclamation. Oh, sometimes they're fishing spots. Sometimes they're recipes. Other times they're ideas or physical barriers, such as borders. Had a hit there, missed it though. There's been a few of those. I'm not sure if it's crappie. You always want to think that it is, but it could just be more goggle eye. Something nipped at me. It didn't take, oh, a little bit of a tail bite because it pulled me down. No, never mind. Tracking to the left too much. Yeah. Getting these tail bites pulling me down every time I throw it. It's tracking to the left a little bit. We need to go to the right, or you know, straight ahead. We need to go straight ahead rather than to the left, right? Right, straight ahead. Can we do that? It keeps wanting to track to the left. Why is that? Not where you want to go right now. The best bites seem, closer in. Like, it's very snaggy, very dangerous in there. Well, but that's where the fish are. As I look straight ahead here, I see a lot of feeding, but it's really tight to these pylons that are coming out of the water at an angle. Now, if we go to the left and we let it go down, we could get snagged too, and there could be fish, but the good stuff is right straight ahead, right in front of us. It's right there. We just need to get there. No matter what you do, it keeps going there. Oh, that's telling. Finally. Oh, but the wind, see, that's the reason why it was tracking to the left. The wind is all funny right now. Whoa, but what is this? What is this? See, I told you. See a lot of feeding straight ahead, right in front of me, right? But I know there's risk. I'm not dumb. I know the risk involved in going straight ahead rather than some other direction. I also know the risk of going to the right and the risk of going to the left too far. Now, there appears to be some good things going on to the right, just to the right of me under the bridge. You see that? I say good things, but I don't really know if they're good over there. Just apparently something's feeding, so let's just see. Because actually sometimes this works out when I throw to the right here, especially this time of the morning. Decent straight ahead, right into the snags, and the line fell correctly this time instead of getting pushed by the breeze behind there. Oh, did we get you? Oh no. See, there are dangers everywhere, but got a limpy gimpy jig back. I'm sure it's messed up. The bait is tore up too, and yeah. Okay. Same jig head, different bait. That is avocado chartreuse curly tail grub by Big Bite. Way out there in front of us, actually beyond what I can cast at the moment, there's a lot of feeding right under the surface. So if I do one thing, if I change one thing, I can cast that far. And I have that one thing right here. We'll do about a little over 2 feet under the cork. Aim has improved greatly. We just also got to make sure that we control. Oh, see that? See that? See that? We already been hit out there because the wind is coming and going, a little unpredictable at the moment. When we do this long distance cast, we want to control our loop mid-air, because if we don't pay attention to it, we can see it better now that we have more light. Earlier it was just difficult to see, and it kept going behind stuff, and that's just always going to cause an issue. But yeah, there is something feeding out there just under the surface. It's not too deep in the column. We had a little bite. We might not have a crappie nibble now. Let's see. Yeah, that first hit took my nibble. This water's dirty, but not too bad. But it's definitely nibble time, right? Like in some places I've traveled to fish for crappie, to fish for sac-a-lait, I didn't need to put nibbles on. They were hitting the baits without them. But in dirty water, it is definitely an angle that you need. Not always, but especially today. It can't hurt, right? Okay. Awesome. Control the drift. Make sure. Oh, did I mess up? I messed up. Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay, with this. Oh, come on. No, no. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's these kinds of things when they happen like this. You want to go, I'm done, I'm done, I'm gone. Look, come on. I'll walk back and, oh, yes. Oh, did you ever doubt me? Woo! Ah, yes, we got you. We got you. We got you. Oh, yes. What do we got? Oh, oh, what a reclamation day. Oh, Mr. Sac-a-lait, Mr. Sac-a-lait on reclamation day. Yeah, you're right. He's kind of skinny. So I'm going to do him right. I'm going to do right by him. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna give him a kiss. Mwah! Go get bigger, because you ain't much bigger than... Yeah, he's not big. Wasn't, is it? Yeah. Woo! The cut grass. Sounds cool when the wind is blowing through it. So, this is all native, this cut grass, and there are different varieties of it native to North America, and there's a few of those varieties present in Louisiana. Well, I'm not 100% sure which one this is. We'll have varieties we'll find in brackish areas and freshwater areas. I think this might be marsh millet. Maybe not, but it will cut you, because that's why we call it cut grass.
But it's pretty cool to sit here and fish with it on both sides of me as the wind cuts through. But the wind is starting to cut through a little sharper than I would like it to cut through. And it is 7 a.m. What do you know? I reclaimed a spot, Reclamation. And it held its own, waiting on me to get here and fish it on a Monday, right before Reclamation Day. Therefore, I'm gonna take off, edit this video so it can go live at 4 a.m. on Reclamation Day, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Everybody's voting. Yeah, you're right. I'm glad that I got a sac-a-lait from here. Not really much of a keeper. I don't feel bad about letting that fish go. And got some other things. I just think there's more good stuff to come. I hope. I really do. Yeah, you're right. Hey, enjoy your Reclamation Day, and thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, especially that. Commenting, being a member of the channel is really cool. Appreciate you for that, for sure. And yeah, you're right. I will see you next time.